Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mفتاح Abu غالية, English teacher. Today in this lecture we're going to introduce the English tenses, and as everybody knows, or almost we all knows, that we have 12 basic English tenses. What we have to worry about the tenses when we look at the tense itself, we have to worry about the structure and the use. Okay, let me just name them all. We start with present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and the last one is future perfect continuous. We may not find all these tenses in one sentence, rather than we find some of them. First of all, let me have a look at the past simple and past continuous. When it comes to the form, you can see here, it has to do with the infinitive plus ed. For example, he worked late last night. This is the affirmative part. The negative part, didn't plus infinitive. For example, they did not go to the pharmacy. For question manner, did plus subject plus infinitive. For example, do you sleep well? The use of the past symbol is to look about finished actions or situations in the past. So this is the use of past symbol. For the past continuous, the form is verb be, was, or were, plus the main verb plus ing. For example, at 8 o'clock, I was having dinner. Negative manner, wasn't or weren't plus verb plus ing. For example, she wasn't watching the film, so I turned off the television. In question, was, were, plus subject, plus the main verb, plus ing. For example, were you studying when I called? Okay. Now, let's have a look at the use of past continuous. Past continuous. The past continuous. Past continuous to talk about an action that was taken place. That was taken place at specific time. At specific time in the past, or was interrupted by another action. Examples here for the use: I had dinner with Amir last night. That's finished action, that's past simple. At 7 o'clock last night, I was doing homework. Action that was taken place at a specific time, so that's past continuous. They drove to the hospital immediately. Finished action, because the driving to the hospital is finished. Okay, I was driving to the hospital when my mobile phone rang. So this is past continuous interrupted by another action. Okay, for students who are interested in having a look at the workbook, so I can refer you to this workbook. I can refer you to the workbook. I'm going to conditional. Where is it? Past simple. Yes. past simple and past continuous workbook exercises, you can go to page 7 of your workbook. On page 7 of your workbook, 7 of your workbook, you can find an exercise, section B. You find an exercise to show the use of past simple and past continuous. I was thinking about you, and then you rang me. So, I was thinking about you, what happened next? And then you rang me, and then you rang me. So you can see the actions happened. So you can refer to this exercise, workbook, page 7, workbook, section B. All right. Let's go about the past simple and used to. So we use past simple and used to. What is it? Used to plus infinitive to talk about situations and repeated actions in the past. For example, you can see Sammy worked very late last night. We are talking about one occasion when Sammy worked late. Fuad used to work late. So here you go. It's used to in the past. Fuad worked late. Whenever I use used to, I meant to mention the past period. For a while, but he doesn't work late now. You see, when I use used to, means he worked for a while, but he's not working now. He doesn't work now. Okay, let's move. This is unit number 1 in your course book. Let's move to unit number 2. To say it's necessary to do something, you can go to page 21 to see the examples. Use must, need to, or have to. You can use must, need to, or have to, plus infinitive. I have to go home. I have to work hard. Okay? I had. So, example, must you leave so soon? Must you leave so soon? Yeah, it's a question. To make question with have to, use do or did. Did you have to do? Did you have to fix your car last night? Do you have to fix your car today? Yeah. Okay, the subject plus have to plus infinitive. Example, do you have to be 18 to get a driving license? Do you have to be 18? لازم تكون عمرك 18 سنة عشان تحصل على رخصة قيادة. Okay, so this is how to use the used to with past simple. Also, unit number 1, listen 6. In unit number 1, listen 6, you can find an exercise to show you the application of this tense, or how to use this tense, past simple and used to. So this is listen number 1, unit number 1, and listen number 6, listen 6, and section B in your workbook. That's on page 17. Page 17. And I give you one example of this. Films are more violent than they used to be. When I say films are more violent than used to be, so I used to be in this sentence. Streets are more dangerous than they used to be. Streets are more dangerous than it's used to be. So you can visit your workbook, lesson number 6, unit number 1, page 17 and section B. You can see this exercise, and you can have, maybe the time will not be enough to give you all the answers, but I can briefly give you number 1 in this exercise. Number 1, then it's used to be, life isn't as easy as it used to be. So the one is given like this: life, between parentheses, easy and hard and slow and fast. So it's left for you to make a sentence: life is faster now than it's used to be. For example, life is faster now than it's used to be. Okay. It used to be, actually. There's no need. So here I only used fast, and I say faster, the comparative. Okay, faster now than it used to be. To say it's important not to do something, we can use must not. Must not plus infinitive. You must not drive so fast when the roads are wet. Must and must not. These are the modal verbs. Modal verbs. Must and must not. We usually use past simple and past continuous. Here, use don't have to plus infinitive or need not plus infinitive. You don't have to wash the car today. It looks very clean. Also, we can use this tense to give advice. To give advice. When you want to give advice, use should or shouldn't to give and ask for advice. In affirmative, في الإثبات, should plus infinitive. You should put air in your tires. They look a bit flat. In negative sense, shouldn't plus infinitive. You shouldn't stay up so late. You have to get up early in the morning. In question, should plus subject plus infinitive, and we start with should to begin with. Should I buy the red bicycle or the blue one? Or the blue one. Okay. Now, as our examples, use these expressions to make polite requests. Also, we can ask for a request. Would you plus infinitive? Could you plus infinitive? Can you and may I plus infinitive? You can use them in examples. Would you get me a drink of water? Could you show me your passport? Can you open your suitcase, please? May I see your tickets, please? All these are the request tools. Also, we can make suggestions. Okay? Of course, in Arabic, polite request, التماس. For the suggestions, مقترحات. Okay? You can propose. You can suggest. We can use these expressions to make suggestions. For the pronoun I and we always use shall. We always use shall, the first person pronoun in singular, and the first person pronoun in plural, like you, we. Shall we plus infinitive? Let us plus infinitive. We could plus infinitive. The examples here. Shall we meet at 3 in the departure lounge? Let's watch the film. We could take a taxi to the airport, if you like. All right. Now, we are a bit away from the tenses now, but things work with. Making offers. I can make an offer. I can make you an offer. Use these expressions to make offers. Would you like to have some coffee? Okay, shall I plus infinitive, or I will plus infinitive. Would you like a cup of coffee? Shall I open the window? I'll help you with your suitcase. All these are offers. Should and shouldn't for expectations. What do you expect? توقعات. What do you expect to happen? Okay. Here, for expectations, you can see here you study a lot. You use should and shouldn't plus infinitive to say what you expect will or won't happen. What would you expect to happen? For example, you studied a lot, so you should get a good mark on your exam. So this is the result. Shouldn't she be here by now? Shouldn't she be here by now? Yeah, we shouldn't get lost. We have a GPS system in our car. So whenever you have a GPS system, you won't be lost. Okay, and also we used have something done. Okay? We use the form when someone does something for you or to you. I'm having the windows washed this afternoon. المبني للمجهول. I have washed. I have the windows. I'm having the windows washed this afternoon. Let's see what's behind this. I'm paying someone to wash the windows for me. So this is what it means. That's what it means. I'm paying someone. He had his bicycle stolen yesterday. A thief stole his bike or his bicycle. They got the mobile phone fixed at the shop. Someone at the shop fixed the mobile phone for them. The students got their report cards signed by the parents. Okay? The students got their report report cards signed by their parents. The parents signed the report cards for their children. So that's how to use having, or how to use have something done. Now, in the middle of the lecture, we come across what we called conditional sentences. We have 4 types of condition. Conditional 0 or 0 conditional. The first conditional, we have 0 conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, and the third conditional. Conditional structures have 2 clauses. It has 2 clauses. So the structures have 2 clauses. The if clause and the main clause. The if clause can be placed at the beginning of the or at the end of the sentence. So the if clause, we can start the sentence with, if I have money, I will buy a new car. All right. The if clause and the main clause, the if clause can be placed at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. If it comes first, it should be separated from the main clause by a comma. Let's have a look at example to see where the main clause and the 0 conditional if clause has to be present simple. The verb has got to be in present simple. Main clause, present simple as well. Okay, we will see some examples. First conditional, present simple, will or can, may, plus infinitive. As you can see here, the second conditional, past simple, would or could, might, plus the infinitive. And the third conditional is past perfect, would, plus have, plus past participle of the verb. Okay. In this case, we will see some examples in the use of this. Use the use the first conditional or use the 0 conditional when the action in the main clause is always true. So we have to worry about this. When the if clause is true and when the main clause is true, we have to use 0. For example, if you click on this icon, the computer saves your document. If I click on an item, the computer will save my document. All right, so this is 0. So these 2 conditions here, if you, main clause is always true when if clause is true. If I have money, I buy a new car. If you click on this icon, the computer saves. As you can see here, saves in the present simple, and a click is in the present simple. Use the first conditional when you think the if clause is likely. Example, if it's sunny tomorrow, I don't know, maybe it's not going to be sunny tomorrow. But I'm just saying if. If it's sunny tomorrow, I'll wear. So here you can see present simple, will plus present simple. I'll wear my sunglasses. I think it's likely that it will be sunny tomorrow. Yeah, probably. The second conditional to make sentences about events that are not likely. I don't think it will happen or impossible to happen, or untrue in the present or future. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. I don't have enough money, and I didn't buy a car. I didn't have enough money, and I didn't buy a car. So I don't have enough money, so I can't buy a car. The third condition, on the other hand, the third condition, to talk about imaginary events and results in the past. نتكلم على imaginary events, أحداث تخيلية. Example, if we had known about the problem yesterday, we could have solved it. If I had known. If we had known about it. We had known. If we had known about the problem yesterday, we could have solved it. So what is it? First of all, we did not know about the problem yesterday, so we didn't solve it. As simple as that. We didn't solve it last night. Okay. We come up to a section is called reported questions. Reported questions. You can find a lot of sentences concerning this on page 47 of your workbook. Use reported questions to tell another person what somebody said. Yes, someone told me something, so I convey it to you. I tell you what he or she said. All right. The form of this, introduce reported questions with ask. These reporting verbs are always followed by an object, a noun or pronoun. For example, Ali, between single quote, I'm tired. I'm tired. So Ali said he was tired. Ali said that he was tired, so he reported to us. He reported to us. Mom, it's time to get up. Bilal, it's time to get up. Mom told Bilal, you see Bilal comes after, separated by comma. So mom is talking. It's time to get up, Bilal. So mom told Bilal to get up. It was time to get up. So this is the structure, how to write a sentence concerning reported questions or statements. In reported, direct speech and report speech. In direct speech, we always use what? What do we use in direct speech? We use present simple. If we want to change direct speech to report speech, we use past simple. Present continuous, past continuous. Past simple, past perfect. Present perfect, past perfect. The modal verbs, when I use in direct speech, can. In the reported speech, we use could. Should for direct speech, should for report speech. The same. Could, could. Will be would. Okay. So I'll give you an example for this. Khalid was saying, I don't want to go to bed. So Khalid said, this is direct speech. I don't want to go to bed. If I want to change this to indirect speech or reported speech, Khalid said he, look at the verb, how he changed the verb. Don't, he changed it to did not, because present simple, change it to past simple. Did not want to go to bed. Faisal can go with you. Look at where can. Can, good. So, reported speech, Dad told us Faisal could go with us. Okay? Dad, Faisal can go with you. So, Dad told us. Faisal could go with us. And so on, with other examples. In unit number 5, we can see the compound nouns Compound nouns are nouns that are made up of two existing words. The example, airport, seat belt, car park, post office. You see? You can separate them. Airport is one word, but it's a combination of two words. Air plus port. Seat belt, seat plus belt. Car park, car plus park. Post office, post plus office, and so on. Now it's time to talk about another tense, which is very, very important. We call it present perfect simple. Present perfect simple. What's present perfect simple? المضارع التام plus some of the frequency adverbs. Use ever and never with the present perfect simple to talk about your life experience. Sabah has never traveled. As you can see here, has plus verb in the past participle, in the past participle. Outside of Libya. So Sabah has never traveled outside of Libya. In the question, have you ever bought airplane tickets online? Have you ever bought? Have you ever done? Have you ever watched? Have you ever worked? Etc. We use just with the present perfect simple to talk about actions that have finished very recently, a few seconds ago. I've just done it. I've just got back from holiday. I've just done my homework. Means I finished doing my homework, but not long time ago. It's just a few seconds ago. Already, also, and yet, used with the present perfect simple to talk about actions that happened in a time up until now. Yes. Use already to suggest That something happened sooner than expected. Yes. Use yet to make questions or negative statements about an action that is expected to happen. I'll give you an example. Kamal and Malik are leaving in 6 months, and they have already booked their tickets. I have been working all day, and I'm still working, but have stopped working. I have been working all day. Sorry. So in the affirmative, as you can see here in this table, the form have or has plus been plus present participle. She has been swimming in the pool, so we got into the continuous. In the continuous, present perfect simple and continuous for sense. Sorry. For the present perfect simple and past simple, present perfect simple, as we have explained here, and we use never and ever. Sabah has never traveled outside of Libya. In the question manner, have you ever bought airplane tickets online? Also, we use just with the present perfect simple. When we say things finished very recently, we use already and yet with the present perfect simple to talk about actions that happened in a time up until now. Fine. Let's talk about present perfect or present perfect simple and continuous. This tense is usually working with for and since. For and since. We always find these things working with for and since. If you want to see some exercises in your workbook, page 77 and 79, and let me see if I have this past continuous. I think I have it somewhere. Conditional. Present continuous or future. Past symbol with used to. Present perfect. Never mind. Okay, no problem. So we can see, have a look at this table. In the affirmative, في الإثبات, have or has plus been plus present participle. So she has been swimming in the pool. According to the use of this tense, we can see use the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous to talk about actions or states that started in the past, but also relate to the present. Aha. so it has something to do with the present. Either they continue or they have an effect on the present. The example, I have been working all day. Maybe the day is not finished. Maybe the day is not finished and I'm still working. I'm still working. I have been working all day. So the time of speaking, when he say I'm working all day, I've been working all day, maybe the day is not finished and the work and he's still working. I'm still working. Okay? Now, the second thing is, in the negative, have not or haven't, has or hasn't, plus been plus present participle. We haven't been waiting long. We haven't been. He hasn't been waiting long. For question, have or has plus subject plus been plus present participle. Have you been trying to call me? Have you been trying to call me? Yes. Now, according to this, I have known Atif for 10 years. Use the present perfect continuous to talk about actions. I have been shopping. I have been shopping. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? Use the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous with for and since to talk about how long something has been true. Of course, we know for and since concerning time period or time interval. Okay, here. Look, perfect continuous with for and since to talk about how long something has been true. Use for, look here. Use for when what happened? Use for when talking about a period of time. A period of time. When I use a period, when I talk about period of time, I can always use for. I have been looking for you for 3 hours. Here. I have been looking for you for 3 hours. So this is the period of time. Use since when I talk about point of time. I use since when I talk about point of time. Use since when describing something that began at a particular point in time. A particular point in time. For example, with the phrases like 2005, January yesterday. Okay? When I say 2005 or 2005, it's a year. When I say January, it's a month, or I say yesterday. So it's a point of time, a point in time. My birthday, and continue to the present. We have been coming here for our holidays since 2002. Since January, and so on. Now, what happened when we see two tenses getting together, like present perfect simple and past simple? What is the relation between the two? We use the present perfect simple to talk about situations that started in the past and continue now. So we know by definition, we know the definition of the present perfect. It's often used with words like for and since. Okay, we have just studied that. Malik has lived in Benghazi for 10 years. Use the present perfect symbol to talk about events that took place in a time that hasn't finished. It's often used with words like this year and today. I haven't seen Isam this morning. Also, we use past simple to talk about events that started and finished in the past. It's often used with words like last week and an hour ago. They left for Egypt last Tuesday. So you can correlate, you can see where to use past perfect, present perfect, where to use past simple. Okay? Okay, let's have a look at this one. Past perfect. The affirmative, in the affirmative, the form is had plus past participle. In negative, had not or hadn't plus past participle. In question, had plus subject plus past participle. Examples for the affirmative: we stayed in a hotel where we had stayed before. In negative sense, when it was time to go, I still hadn't found my passport. I still hadn't found. In the question, had you traveled abroad before, or was this your first trip? Okay, so when we are talking about two events in the past, look, two events, not only one event. Use the past perfect to talk about the event that happened first. So we know we talk about past perfect. Two events. We use past perfect to talk about the event that happened first. Use the past symbol to talk about the other event. So we have two events happened. For example, we had to buy new clothes because the airline had lost our luggage or baggage. We had to buy new clothes because the airline had lost our baggage. So which one happened first? Buying or losing baggage? Losing baggage happened first. So that's why we used the past perfect, had lost. I was waiting in the check-in line when I realized I had forgotten my passport. So which one happened first? Forgotten, or forgetting the passport happened first. Now, use the past symbol, not the past perfect, when retelling a series of events in order. If we have a lot of things happened and I want to tell about them or I want to mention them, make them in a series, in sequential manner. So I better use past simple. We showed the agent our boarding passes and got on the airplane. I bought some postcards, then I went back to my hotel. You see, two two things happened. Okay? Two events happened. The first one, we showed the agent our boarding passes. And the second event is, and got on the airplane. So getting into the airplane is one event. Showing the agent the boarding cards or the boarding passes is another event. I bought some postcards. This is one event. Then I went back to my hotel. Probably it's useful to talk about passive form of verbs. المبني للمجهول. The passive is formed with the verb to be plus past participle. A statement is mailed to you every month. Is plus verb to mail, but in past participle, mailed. Okay. So, a statement is mailed to you every month, means someone mailed a statement for you or to you. Yes. So the one who did the action is unknown. We don't know him. Statement is mailed to you by someone. That's for present simple passive. We call it present simple passive. مبني المجهول في المضارع. مبني المجهول في past simple passive. We always use verb be in the past. Was, were, plus past participle. The account was opened on 30 October or the 30th of October. The account was opened. Someone opened an account for you. For future simple passive, we use will be plus past participle. Your name and address will be printed on your checks. Somebody will print your name and address on your checks. So they will be printed. They will be printed. Present continuous passive مضارع المستمر مبني للمجهول and is are being plus past participle. So a new book is being built in my neighborhood. In past continuous passive, was and were plus being plus past participle. So if you follow this table, you never go wrong because it's quite clear how to apply these rules or forms using these examples to work with some exercises in your workbook. Some exercises in your workbook. You will find it. I'll tell you where you find it. And maybe I'll give you some more. Yes. Yes. So in unit number 6, workbook page 99, listen to D. You can find an exercise, so you can use, I can give it to you here, for the passive exercise. Exercise page workbook, page 99, D. Answers. Number one, my wallet was stolen last week. My wallet was stolen last week. Okay. Number two, the bank was robbed yesterday. The bank was robbed yesterday. Okay, number three, the bill will be paid. The bill will be paid. Will be paid tomorrow. Will be paid tomorrow. Yes. Number four, these coins are used in Egypt. These coins are used in Egypt. Okay. So this is for the passive, and let's have a look at last unit is future simple. Well, we have two forms of future. Use the future simple. Use the future simple to talk about, to give opinions. Use the future symbol to give opinions, make predictions, or express hopes about the future, and to make promises. So we have three things: to give opinions, to make predictions, express hopes about the future, and to make promises. Okay. The first one is opinion, آراء. In my opinion, في تقديري. Predictions, احتمالات. I predict. Hopes, آمال. I hope so. Promises, وعود. So you can use future symbol to give all these things. Example, I won't get a good mark on this exam. It was too difficult. I'll help you with your application. So the form is the structure for the affirmative is how? Will plus infinitive, will plus infinitive, yes, will plus infinitive, will plus infinitive. For example, I will have a lot of work to do for this class. For negative, will plus not or won't. They won't finish their project on time. Question: will you see Kamal in class? Will you see Kamal in class? So this is the form and the examples of this. Also, in your workbook, you may find some examples on page unit number 7, lesson number 2, page, what page is this? C. Just C. So workbook, unit number 7, unit 7, listen to C. Okay. I'll just give you the answers. Study the function grammar box, then complete the sentences. If I do really well in the exams, if I want to work in the media, future simple, study the function grammar box, then complete the sentence. If I do really well in the exam, for example, number 1, I'll make good grades. I'll pass. If I do really well, I'll pass. Number 2, if you want to work in the media, you should have a computer. You should have your computer. For example, 3, if my parents can afford it. Number 3, if my parents can afford it, I'll go to university. I'll go to university. Okay, and so on. Also, we have another part of present continuous, but this time for future. For future, I express the present continuous, but what I mean is the future. I intend to do it in the future. For example, here you go. In the affirmative في الإثبات Am is are plus present participle. Present participle. Kader is meeting. This is the present participle. Is meeting me in front of the library. He is going to meet me. He is going to meet me. He is meeting me. Not now. He is not meeting me now. Use the present continuous to talk about fixed future plans. The present continuous is often used with a time or date. Salwa is taking an exam at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock. Okay? Tomorrow morning. Not now. So tomorrow morning indicates future time. Indicates future time. So that's why we use it to indicate the future time. Also, going to is used to indicate future. Going to talk about an intention or a plan. Jafar is going to learn a new language to improve his job prospects. Jafar is going to learn. I'm going to do well on the exam. I'm planning. I'm going to do well on the exam. Also, the continuous has to do with the future. Future continuous. How do I form future continuous? Very simple. Will plus be plus present participle. I will be doing. I will be doing. Malik will be doing to university, will be going to university in the autumn. In the autumn. On the autumn, he will be going to. I won't be staying at a hotel because I can stay with friends. I won't be. Will your friends be arriving tonight or tomorrow? Will your friends be arriving? Will your friends be arriving? Yes, this is the form of the tense, the future continuous. Use the future continuous to emphasize the ongoing nature of the action, how the action is going over a period of time. The period of time can be anything from an hour to a year or more. Between 10 and 11 tomorrow, I'll be waiting, or I'll be writing a report. So he specified or she specified the time period between 10 and 11. Okay. Tomorrow, not today. I'll be writing. So forming the future continuous. Present simple for future. The present simple for future. Just to look about future events that are on a schedule. Okay, look at this. Yes. I'm able to, all related to ATION, action, process. So these things here, there are other meanings for some suffixes and prefixes, sorry. Present symbol for future. We use the present symbol to talk about future events that are on a schedule. My class starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock, for example. Future in the past. When talking about the past, we sometimes want to say how the future looked at the time. To do this, we use the past form of the appropriate future tense. So it's good to have a look at this future in the past, how this is formed. Future form, will plus infinitive, we know that. Future in the past form, will becomes would. Let me have an example. I enrolled in a class on web design because I thought I would learn a lot. What happened? He could have said, I will learn a lot for the future form. I will learn a lot if I am enrolled in class on web design. But here, as you can see, will becomes would, so that's how he formed this sentence. She couldn't come to the party because she was taking an exam. What happened? Here. Am is plus present participle. She couldn't, negative, was taking. She couldn't come to the party because. So here, when the future form starts with will, when the future form starts with verb be, then here, present participle, like this. Was taking. When future form starts with verb be plus going to, verb be in the past plus going to. When future form starts with will plus be plus present participle, then the future in the past form would be would plus be plus present participle. If it starts in the future form, present simple, then we form the future in the past form, past simple. Can we see some exercises here? Yes. No, I don't think they have enough. The last unit is number 8, where prefixes and suffixes are introduced. We know prefix is the starting of a word. What do we use prefix? Prefixes and suffixes are letters that we add to the beginnings and ends of words. So if I have a word called complete and I add in before the word, it becomes incomplete, the opposite of the word. So what does prefix do to the word? To change their meanings. To change their meanings. Right. So this is it. to change their meanings. Right. Here are some examples. Anti means against. That's the meaning of anti by itself. Anti-pollution is not polluted. عكس التعفن. Bi means two. Bicycle has two wheels. Together. Co-worker. They work together. D, reduce, remove, undo, defrost. So when I use this prefix, anti, bi, co, de, echo, inter, micro, re, railroad, television, tele, trans, you can see that frost, here, where is it? It's not frost? Yes, frost. When I add de, defrost, change the meaning. For example, read, يقرأ أو اقرأ. reread, اقرأ تاني. اقرأ مرة أخرى. Okay, so we know the significance of prefixes when they are added, or when a prefix is added to a word to change its meaning. Prefix and suffixes. For suffixes, like able, capable of, renewable, قابل للتجديد, renewable. You can see the suffix at the end of or in the last of the word, the last letters of the word. Environmental is an adjective. Celebration, wooden, خشبي. Harmful, مؤذي. Scientist, heartless, غير مؤذي. Quality, جودة. Geology, and so on. There are other meanings for some suffixes. For example, ALC can also mean the act or process of, as a noun suffix. For example, refusal, refusal or refusal. Usually is also found in common words like family, July, only, early, fly, etc. Okay, now let me go over your workbook here, page number 6, and I asked you to look at workbook page number 6 for the past simple and past continuous. Okay. Past simple and past continuous, workbook, page number 7. Okay. I was running, I was thinking. Yes. While Ali have a shower, somebody knock at the front door. So you can see here, as an example, I think about you and then you ring me. So I was thinking about you and then you rang me. Here. Number 2, while Ali have a shower, somebody knock at the front door. So while Ali was having, was having, okay, a shower, somebody knocked the door. The door. هذا مش مظبوط. This is not quite clear. While Ali was having, while Ali was this is not good writing. Yes. القلم هذا مش مظبوط في الكتابة. يوضحش was having, so here comes knocked. Okay, so you can follow this example to do the rest of these things because the structure or the form is quite clear. So as an advice to all students who are in this class or in secondary 3, just to use the workbook along with the course book to understand all these things. Thanks a lot.